Hi, I'm Beth Comstock. Today I'm at the Cooper Hewitt National Design Museum, part of the Smithsonian. I'm talking to Caroline Baumann, its director, and we're looking at what it takes to create a museum of the future and drive design into the future. This is the future in 5. Tell us who you are and what's your story.
I'm Caroline Baumann, Director of Cooper Hewitt Smithsonian Design Museum. I'm a true believer in the power of design to change the world.
So you and I share this love of design. I've been fortunate to get to know you as a trustee here at Cooper Hewitt. And what is design? People often say, okay, you love design. What is it?
Well, I get that question practically daily, and I often think about Paul Rand, who said, design is so simple, it's complicated, right? So it's the realization of a concept or of an idea. It can be as simple as the design of a spoon, an everyday object, but design today means a watch for blind people, right? To be a communicator with the blind. It can be Elon Musk's wonderful project to cut down transportation hours. It can be acoustic moss in a car that is then discarded and doesn't use plastic or some other material. So it's cradle to cradle rather than cradle to grave. It's thinking about the environment.
Why do we need a National Design Museum?
Cooper Hewitt is one of 19 Smithsonian museums. We are America's only design museum. It's all about mixing cultures, mixing materials, mixing time periods. So it's not a simple chronological walk through design. It's really meant to electrify your mind and see the innovation over the centuries through the lens of Cooper Hewitt's collection. So it's much more than a museum in essence, right?
Yeah, you're bringing the story to life. I don't know if you get this question, but I'm quite curious as we look to the future. Everything's digitized. What's the role of a museum? A museum sounds kind of old-fashioned. So how do we think about the value of a museum in the future?
Well, we were very proud to be called the Museum of the Future by Atlantic Magazine, and it is our aim to hold on to that title, right? So digitization is not only important, it's essential in this day and age for museums, for libraries, for cultural organizations.
So Caroline, we're here at this incredible interactive table. I think one of the reasons this is called the Museum of the Future, right? Tell us what we're doing. We have this crazy pen in our hands. What are we doing here?
Well, just to rewind for a second, thanks to Bloomberg Philanthropies, we were allowed to really take this concept of a stylus within the museum and develop it into what is now lovingly called the pen, right?
Le pen.
The pen. And there were a lot of critics at the very start, skeptics saying people won't take the pen. Turns out that 97% of our visitors are taking the pen, and at a given time there might be 600 or 700 physical objects at Cooper Hewitt. But here is the flow, right? The river, the permanent collection river.
So you can just start to pull things in that inspire you?
Exactly. And huge bravo to our curatorial team. They did a lot of work, or they do a lot of work with each exhibition to come up with related objects.
Okay, so here I'm looking at a radio.
You can save this, but you can also see the related objects,
it's interesting,
right?
Yeah.
So, as of yesterday, over 21 million objects have been downloaded and saved, right? So think about that muscle power that we're giving to our visitors when they come to Cooper Hewitt.
So this is my favorite room at the Cooper Hewitt. It's the Wallpaper Room, and you get to be a designer. What's going on here, and why did you come up with this?
It allows you to play with our wallpaper collection and pull over things that appeal to you in the permanent collection river, and voila, they are projected on this perpendicular screen.
So you can be an instant artist right here and exhibit your work within a matter of seconds.
Instant
right
artist,
here.
instant designer.
I don't think anyone's going to be calling me up to exhibit anything with this, but I think with a couple of
wallpaper,
it actually looks pretty amazing when you see it up here. It's really stunning.
Cooper Hewitt is much more than its galleries. It's our online collection, it's entertainment in the garden, it's music, it's dance, it's all of that.
Yeah. So we got to delve into design today. I'm a huge design junkie. I love design not just because it brings forth beauty, but it brings forth functionality. Design is about solving a problem, and designers help simplify complexity and help us navigate the world. And I love what Caroline and the team are doing here to create a space where people can come and appreciate the past, use it as a bridge for the future, and understand how do you tell a story simply that solves a problem. This is the future in 5.